Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the algorithm and literally trying to stop me from winning with this team. But oh boy, we got a little treat and trick up our sleeves and we're going to be having a blast. Really did put in the work. We're going to be using Shadow Alolan Marowak here with its legacy move Shadow Bone, which is going to be pretty good. It's very good. If you don't have one, if you have Shadow Ball, that's okay. Shadow Ball still works great. Pairing it up alongside Shadow Lapras, one of my all-time favorites. Love this thing a lot. Would love to have it in real life if it was a Pokemon. I mean, you could be able to travel the seas. Let's go. And then you have Trevenant, which is also the ghost type. So, you know, Dark's not going to be too prevalent. So we don't really need to worry about that so much, right? But with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the algorithm countering the hell out of me and me making comebacks. We are going to be ranking up. You're going to be able to see my actual ELO score to see where I'm going to be landing here. So stick around, hit that like button. It helps me out a million, folks. If you can smash that like button, that's all the support I need like usual. And again, shout out to all my Patreon and members and everybody else who donates and everybody else is just watching. I love you all and I appreciate you. Now, I did go over that cop video. After I was done, there was a few more stories. I was like, oh man, I forgot to include those. So we'll do some more story times. You all gave me good feedback, so we'll get on to that again. But anyways, with that said, let's take a look. We're going to be swapping out the lead. You're going to see how we're going to be getting countered every time we swap. So we've been seeing nothing but Abomasnows. You see this bull crap? Right. Okay. Let's get it, baby. All right. So we're swapping into Lapras here. They're going to be bringing in their Swampert. Since they let that go, I was like, that's all I needed. I just need to win that swap. If we can align the Marowak with the Abomasnow, we're going to be looking great. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get off the Skull Bash, but that's perfectly fine. We won our alignment. We don't care anymore, right? There's nothing the Abomasnow is going to do to hit us. They're retreating right at the last second. That was good retreating there with energy and bringing in a Pelipper, which could be a little bit of trouble here. Now, we did get a shield, so we are up a shield, so we can look forward to potentially winning this. Now, what we're going to do is shield up 2 times. We need to protect this Trevenant at all costs. What we really need to do is just win this matchup. So simple as that. The Marowak can't go up against this. We do not want that, right? So we're getting to the Shadow Ball, and again, all we really need to do is take out this Pelipper here. Down they go, and that's pretty much a wrap. So we're looking good. And again, you're going to see how I put Lapras in the front, and all of a sudden, electric types start popping up in the front. And then I think I even have Trevenant, and the electric types just disappear. So Trevenant, and we're getting a poison. I mean, this isn't okay. It's not technically good for you, but it is a common lead, so we can't say, oh, look at that, right? So this one, it'll get a pass. So we do have the Trevenant up here. Again, this is an okay matchup, right? Shielding up the Sludge Wave correctly, that's exactly what you want to do. Shielding up the Brine is not going to be feeling too good when you do that. Can we farm them down? Ooh, we are. It did cost us a shield, but we are going to be winning that matchup, which is great. And there's that Abomasnow just showing its freaking head again. Great, you got me. Ooh, bring it in the Marowak. What you got in the back of Galvantula? Beautiful. All right, now that's obviously super effective, and I'm gonna count on them going for a lunge here. So we're gonna go ahead and let that go. Seeing that we're doing so much damage anyways, even though they did debuff us, we're Shadow. We don't care, and we got the Marowak in the back that's gonna be able to take this thing out. Now they did get a decent amount of farm, and they've got 0 shields too. So we're gonna go ahead and shield this lunge up, and we're getting to the Bone Club. This should be enough. It's technically not super effective because of the bug typing, but we're Shadow, so it's still going down, and we're going to be able to take out this Abomasnow. Again, it's all about winning that alignment and getting the Marowak back up against the Abomasnow. It was like almost every match that was throwing one at me. Next one, we have another Toxapex. Again, this is a typical lead, so we can't really go too much off of that. But you're going to see the nonsense that's going to ensue here later down the line. So we're going to go straight for the Shadow Ball here. Great. Now, the only thing on the team that doesn't really want to go up against this is going to be the Marowak because, well, we're going to be fire and they're going to be able to spam that Brine. Although, we do resist the poison, so you can have a bit of an advantage there. Also, we do have Bone Club, which is super effective. So it can work out depending on your situation. Getting to the Seed Bomb up against this Toxapex. Let's go ahead and take it down. Let's go. They're going to be shielding it up. Athena's been doing a thing here. If you're new, Athena's my doggy. And she wants to hang out in the room every time I edit. She's looking at me now all curled up like, why is he saying my name? All right, so anyways, bringing in the Lapras, unfortunately, just going to have to let that go. They've used 2 shields, and that Sludge Wave is doing a whole heck of a lot of damage, but we're going to have to hold on to a shield here. I'm hoping it's going to work out. They've got a Ferrothorn. I swap in the Ferrothorn. The Ferrothorn was kind of just just struck like, you know, deer in the headlights. Like, what do I do? So they swap into their Quagsire here, which is going to be great up against Marowak, but we did have a decent amount of energy, so we're going to be able to outpace them here. They would be able to easily one-shot us. Hitting me with a Stone Edge, shielding that up. Gonna go for the Shadow Bone and taking them out. Let's get it. Doing as much damage as we can here now. Hopefully they don't have Thunder. Anything else? Okay, Power Whip sounds good. And they're gonna be backing out. We take that win. I'm telling you, this team put in the work. It literally ranked me up. All right. And now my score would have been better, but right as we were gonna rank up for our last set to reveal our elo, I got a 1-4. Of course, you know. Look, we put Lapras in the front. Electrode. And we're not even going to look at that because I'm not going to waste our time. I swap in it. It is literally a Talonflame. So it was just hard counter front and then blah, blah. Okay. It happens, right? I'm not saying, oh, it's out to get me. Well, kind of. Sometimes. I'm not showing all the battles. I'm not going to show you all the losses because I've already made this video decent length. All right, building up to the Skull Bash here. Okay, let's handle our business. All right, so raised our defense. I don't know if a Sludge Wave will take us out at this point. It'll probably be super close, and then they could farm us down, come out with energy. Definitely not using a shield. We'll let this go. Sludge Wave, no problem. Yep, there it is. Now, they did build up a little bit of extra energy, so we're going to go ahead and get to this Seed Bomb before anything. We're not going to farm extra. Just going to throw it immediately, see if we can take them out. Of course, we are going to. They're very low, and they're bringing in a Zapdos Shadow. All right, so Seed Bomb is not very effective, but it's still doing a decent amount of damage. As you can see here, we've already bringing them down that low. Blah. Swapping into the Marowak here, because I was assuming, is there something back there that's weak to us? It is their own Trevenant. So this is looking pretty iffy here, folks. So we go for the Shadow Bone, getting their shield, doing a lot of damage, bringing them below half. We've got one shield left. I figured they're going to bait me here, but we really don't have any space to kind of mess around for that. So we go ahead and shield it up. We're getting to the Seed Bomb, which is enough to take them out. And we just need to get to 2 more Shadow Claws, one more Shadow Claw to take out the Zapdos, and we're taking that win. Next opponent, what are we going to be met with without Lapras? It's a Lantern. There you go. All right, let's see how we're going to play around this one. At least it has Water Gun. Yippee! All right. Now, if I could count the bad to good leads, I'm going to have to say there was about, for bad leads, we're looking at about 90%. Yeah. If I had to be a little bit less, a little more modest, I would go maybe 80. Okay. 80% bad leads, and then the rest is good leads. So, yeah, it's just the way it goes for my account that's on hard mode. So they're going to be bringing in a Talonflame. Going to go for the Seed Bomb bait here. Am I even going to get to another one? It doesn't matter. They're shielding it up anyways. All right, perfect. So we get into shield. We're obviously going to be bringing in Lapras here, which is loaded up on a Surf, and it should be enough to take out this Talonflame, and they're going to be using their last shield. Great. Now I'm going to go ahead and call this as a Flame Charge here. Can we get to a Surf? Unfortunately, they're going to be throwing back to back, but it's kind of not unfortunate. Because they're using all that energy up, they're swapping into a Swampert, and I'm thinking, well, that Talonflame just needs to get to like 2 more Incinerates, maybe 3 to get to the Brave Bird, and now we're up against a Swampert. We have to shield this. I mean, there's no way we can let it go, right? So, can we, farming down wasn't an option. Nah. So we're going to get to this Bone Club here. Marowak, are you going to be able to pull this off for us, buddy? Come on, let's go. We still have a freaking Lantern in the back, so we, have a lot to deal with here, and it has Water Gun. All right, Flame Charge to the face. Gonna go for the Shadow Bone because that's all we can do to take them out here. Are we gonna be able to take out that Lantern? And we do. Shadow Loaded Marowak literally sweeping up this team here as a fire type. Let's get it. Next battle met with an Alolan Marowak, and there you go. You can put down one good lead. All right, Marowak itself. They're going to be swapping into a Pelipper, and this is still a decent matchup for us here. Surf is still going to be hitting pretty hard. We're letting that Weather Ball go, calling it and holding on to our shields. And technically, we don't really want to swap into this. Trevenant's weak to the flying, Marowak's weak to the water. But what I'm going to do here is swap into the Trevenant and start building up our energy. Since we did get a shield, oh no, we didn't get a shield, but it's just going to be within our best interest. Starting to build up that energy and holding on to the energy on the Lapras as well. They're bringing in their Marowak. We're getting a shield with the Seed Bomb here to go in for Shadow Bone. Unfortunately, I thought they might go for a bait, but they're not. But remember, our Lapras is loaded up, so we're going to either get their shield here, or they're going to just let it go. We're getting the last shield. Great. Swapping, and they've got an Ivysaur in the back. You gotta love that spice that they're going with there, so they do get points for that, but obviously they're not in a great position. But on the other hand, that still did a lot of damage, and if they go for one more of those, they could almost bring me down low enough to take me out with their Marowak. So I go ahead and take him out, and I screw up here. I should have built up to Shadow Bone. We could have, we had plenty of time, but I go for Bone Glove because I thought it had less health. So I'm thinking, wow, I had this in the bag. Am I about to lose now? But we're able to get to another Bone Club here. Unfortunately made a mistake, but we're able to pull out one around, and we're looking good here. And now there you go, there is my score, sitting at 2,163. And again, that last set that we did do was a 1-4, so unfortunately we could have been higher, but that's still pretty okay. All right, next battle met with a Galvantula. Lovely. Let's see what we're going to be able to do with this battle lead here. So I'm calling a lunge, still going to shield it up, because what's going to happen if we let that lunge go, although it's not very effective, is they're going to bring us low enough, and then they're going to be able to farm us down. And then when we bring in another Pokemon, they're going to have a whole lot of energy, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do is force them to continuously throw. They could farm us down, but they're going to let it go. Actually, there was something weird going on there. They should have been able to go. They over-tapped or something, so I was able to get my Surf and win that matchup. So they're going to be bringing in their Shiny Tentacruel. We're going to be having our Trevenant go up against it here. This one is going to get a little bit crazy. That shield really annoyed me. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then they swap into their Trevenant to farm me down. Now they've got all this energy. Now we've got the Lapras that we could potentially catch with here, but I don't know, it's looking pretty iffy. So we gotta worry about a Shadow Ball, right? There it is, we called it, thank goodness. Can we farm them down? Unfortunately, not before they get to a charge move, but this is definitely Seed Bomb. Okay, great. All right, so can we get to 2 Shadow Bones here up against this Tentacruel? This is going to be pretty close. Oh, we don't need to. So we swap into the Lapras. We could have gotten to a Bone Club because we do resist the Poison Jab. But I just swap into the Lapras and go for a Surf. That's not very effective. We take the win. Let's go. Next battle, what are we going to see? A Charge-a-Bug. Look at this. Do you see this crap? Do you see that? Where were these when I was using my grass up front? Huh? Where were these? Exactly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go for a Surf. I mean, that's, you know, it's a good Pokemon for sure. Obviously, we're going to be taking super effective. I'm going to let this go here. I do believe they go for a Crunch. Yeah, they're trying to lower that defense or something. They swap. I go for a Surf. What do they just throw into the fight here? The Toxapex to absorb our Surf. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our Trevenant here because at least we're going to be able to take the water. Obviously, it's not very effective, and not so much the Sludge Wave is going to be bringing us down pretty low, but I'd rather do neutral damage with Shadow Claw as opposed to not very effective with the Fire Spin and Marowak. All right, going to go for the Seed Bomb here. All right, we're going to be getting a shield out of them finally, and oh, I almost want to feel like shielding that up, farming them down, but we're going to let it go. Unfortunately, it's going to be a Sludge Wave, so I think we want to go in here. Oh, wow, Lapras, really? I was thinking Marowak, but I guess I was worried about them potentially getting to a Brine because of the slow farm down. All right, so they're bringing in a Trevenant. We hit him with Surf. Not very effective, but still doing a ton, and this is getting very close here. We have to remember the Toxapex does have energy, and it is going to be able to get to a Brine here. So is it going to KO us, or or wait, why was I thinking Toxapex? It's the Charge-a-Bug, but it hits with the Crunch. You get the drill. So we're still taking that loss there, unfortunately, with that bad lead. Next battle, another Electric. Do you see this crap? This is back to freaking back, okay? It's not a coincidence. Oh, no. If I change the team, if I put Trevenant up front, Fire, Ice, the Bomb Snows. You've seen it. You already all know. I just love bringing it up over and over again because for whatever reason, it drives people absolutely crazy. Like I'm getting political. Like you're really getting deep into the political opinion and everybody's just losing their mind and I can't take it. It's like, what do you, it's a video game, brah. And there is an algorithm. No, there's not. Then how do you explain the alignment with the ranks? That itself is an algorithm, but we'll let it go. Next battle, what are we seeing here? Galvantula, not particularly great. We do resist the Electric, but that's still doing kind of a decent amount of damage. Gonna go ahead and go for Shadow Ball here. Unfortunately, they're shielding it up, but fortunately, they're throwing, so they're not gonna be able to farm us down. They go for a Cross Chop. I do not throw. Oof, that was a massive screw up. I know. So are we going to be able to pull this one around? Oof. We'll have to see. Letting that go. It's just a lunge, not very effective, but they did lower our stat. So I immediately swap, and they have a Arachnoid. We swap into our Lapras. They're bringing in their Charge-a-Bug, and there's that damn thing yet again. Oh boy. Okay, as soon as I take out the Lapras, there'll be no more Electric types. I promise you that. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go ahead and go for Surf, shielding up that first discharge. Now, Marowak up against the Arachnid is actually a decent matchup if you do have Fire Spin, because it is still doing a decent amount. They can keep on hitting you with Bubble. The Bug Bite's not very effective. They are going to keep lowering your attack, but with the Shadow, it's looking great. We did lower their defense with the Shadow Bone here, so now it's just back to normal damage. Going for another Shadow Bone. Should be bringing it down very close, and we should be able to just farm them down. They back out, they said nah, and we're taking that win and keeping it moving here. Let's go. What are we going to be seeing for our next battle? A Trevenant mirror match. All right, so what you want to do here is build up to Shadow Ball, and then maybe just, go for Seed Bomb. They're swapping to their Arachnid to catch this, and we have to remember that they do not, well, they might almost have a Shadow Ball. They did not throw, right? So Trevenant has energy, bringing in Marowak here. Yes, we're going to be taking that super effective from the Bubble Beam, but again, it is still a decent matchup, and I'd rather be right here, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. Another Bubble is going to be bringing us down pretty low, but again, that Bite's really not going to be able to take us out here. I think I want to farm them down. Well, I wanted to, but we're not going to, because it doesn't look like we were going to be able to get there. Taking them out with that Bone Club, still holding on to 2 shields, bringing in a Toxapex. Okay, so they've lowered our attack at this point by 2 stages, right? So we're not going to be doing anything. So we're going to go ahead and just throw the Bone Club, I suppose, or the Shadow Bone, and retreat into our Trevenant. Going to let this go here. It is a Brine. Okay, very good call. Going for Shadow Ball. Let's see. More than likely, we're going to be getting a shield out of them here. And now we're not particularly in a great position. We're not in a horrible one, but we don't want to bring in our Marowak quite yet. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Lapras. We still have 2 shields. Going to go ahead and let this go, and it is unfortunately a damn Sludge Wave, so doing a lot of damage here. They're retreating into their Trevenant. Going to shield this up. Now we're in a weird position. While the Toxapex does have a ton of energy, going to go ahead and go for the Surf. It's not very effective, but still doing a decent amount. Gonna just go for another one. I just need to take them out as soon as possible here. But we're in farm down range, unfortunately. So we swap into our Marowak because we don't want them to farm us down. Start building up energy here. Gonna go ahead and throw that Bone Club, getting their last shield. Let's go. Shielding this up because, well, we have to. Can we get to a Shadow Bone? I don't know if a Bone Club is gonna be enough here. Oof, we got a little nervous. We could have maybe made it. Let's go ahead and see here. Going for the Bone Club. And I don't know if we were going to be able to bring in the Lapras, almost taking them out, and they survive with freaking 1 HP, and they're taking the win with a big Sludge Wave to the face. Okay, next battle we're met with a Shadow Galvantula. Alright, this thing hits hard, so we got to look out here. This lunge is going to be doing a decent amount of damage. And let's see what they want to do. Shield it up. Okay, sounds good to me, and we're going to actually do the same right back here. Just shielding up this lunge. And look at the Shadow Claw. It's just doing a ton of damage, getting to another Seed Bomb. And I do believe they double shield this here. All right, beautiful. We love to see that. Great. Easily going to let this go. We can bring in Lapras. We can bring in Marowak. But we're going to go ahead and bring in Marowak and farm them down with that Fire Spin, taking them out with 2 quick moves, and they're bringing in a Toxapex. So we can take a Brine. Marowak is a Shadow squishy-ish, I guess. Ooh, how can I speak? But it still can take a hit. Toxapex doesn't really hit hard. Brine's not like a super great move or anything. But anyways, we swap into our Lapras. They've got that Trevenant out here, and we're looking good. Letting that Seed Bomb go. We've been in this matchup 100 times, and we're winning it. Do we have a Surf ready to go? And we do. Some damage is better than none. And you're going to see actually how this did help us to take the win here. So going to get a little revenge on the Toxapex here. All right, now they do have energy, so they're probably going to be able to get to 2 Brines. So there's the first one. We get to the Shadow Bone, and I don't think this is going to be enough here, because Toxapex is just a little tank, and they get to the Brine. Now watch this. Marowak's going to be able to take this hit. Looking good, and we farm them down, and we take the win with our Marowak. Star of the show. Let's go. Next battle, we're going to be met with another Trevenant mirror match here, so let's have a little fun. Building up to the Shadow Ball and going for the Seed Bomb here. Now, you know what's really nice is when they shield this up, and then they throw a Shadow Ball, you shield it up, and you're going to be a hit on energy. That's just great. I love to see it. And at this point, all you have to do is go for the Seed Bomb, and you're going to be able to take that win after all that Shadow Claw damage, and we're looking good. So we're winning that matchup, bringing in a Zapdos, which is going to be able to farm pretty good. It's great that they're throwing here. I mean, they couldn't have farmed me down. They would have been in a bad position. They would have had to use a shield to survive. So bringing in the Marowak here, because we don't want to take some sort of electric move from the Lapras. Good thing they don't have Ancient Power. They have a Electrode in the back. All right. So we're going to go straight for that Shadow Bone. They're letting it go. That's all I really needed, and we're looking good to go. Bringing in the Lapras. All we need to do is shield this up. They're not going to be able to get to another discharge here because we did sneak in a quick move. Very nice. And at this point, we should just farm them down with quick moves, but I go ahead and throw the surf just for good measure, just in case you don't know. And we're taking that win, and we're looking good, folks. There you have it. So we will be rising up yet again because we can see our elo now. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all on the next one. Take care.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my soul.
So compromise where you can. But where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move. It is your duty to plant yourself like a tree, look them in the eye and say no. You move.